Good evening and welcome back to Comiskey Park in Chicago, the first of three between the White Sox and the Seattle Mariners. Matter of fact, this is just a 3-game homestand. Sox will hit the road after this for 9 games away from Comiskey Park. And there you see the skipper, Gene LeBon, getting his charges ready. Sox coming into tonight's action, a game behind Cleveland in the American League Central. Kansas City has picked up the pace. They are 5.5, and Milwaukee and Minnesota bring up the rear, 12 and 12.5 games back respectively. There is Sweet Lou Piniella. How about this? This is the 88th different lineup in 100 games this season for the Seattle Mariners. Wow, it is tough to get any type of consistency in a ball club when you have to run out a different lineup on an everyday basis. Well, the one constant that he does have, though, is one of the great players in all of baseball, Ken Griffey Jr., playing center field and batting in that number 3 spot in the lineup. Here's the American League West. Seattle just 7.5 games back. That is unbelievable when you think about that 40 and 59 record. California 42 and 61, 7.5 games back. Oakland coming on strong. They're back too. And Texas in first place. They're 4 games under. The Sox take the field, and the Seattle Mariners will be playing 30 games in a row on the road in a period of 32 days. That is not fun. And when you consider that the Mariners are just 18 and 37 away from the Kingdom, that's going to be tough. So here's Lou's lineup for tonight. Leading off at second base, Felix Fermin. Batting second and DHing, Edgar Martinez. He's a tough out. Ken Griffey Jr., their superstar center fielder, is the third place hitter. Cleanup man, right fielder Jay Buhner. Tino Martinez is at first base. He'll bat fifth, followed by third baseman Mike Blowers. Eric Anthony, acquired from Houston in the offseason, is in left field. He'll bat in the 7th spot. Hitting 8th behind the plate is Dan Wilson. And bringing up the rear at shortstop, their 18-year-old phenom, Alex Rodriguez. He'll be fun to watch. And here's another Alex that's fun to watch. Alex Fernandez in 21 starts is 10 and 7 with a 3.64 earned run average. Alex with 4 complete games, 3 of them shutouts. Just 133 hits in 151 innings. 45 walks, 110 strikeouts on the year. The American League is batting just .234 against young Alex this season. Defensively for the Sox, Bob Zubcic gets a start in left field. Lance Johnson, the one dog, returns to center. Darren Jackson is in right. Robin Ventura at third base. Craig Graybeck gives Ozzie Guillen the night off at shortstop. Noberto Paco Martin at second base, and the big hurt Frank Thomas at first. The battery of Bob Melvin and Alex Fernandez. The umpires are friends in blue. Rocky Rowe, the home plate umpire. Tim McClellan at first. Dale Scott at second, and crew chief Davey Phillips is at third. Conditions at game time, it is gorgeous. 72 degrees, wind out of the northeast at 12, fair and cool. It just doesn't get any better than this. So we are just about ready. Game 1 of a 3-game set between the Sox and the Mariners. And once again, here is the Hawk and Wimpy.
All right, Wimpy, thank you. And hi, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Comiskey Park for White Sox baseball right here on Sports Channel. Felix Fermin will lead it off, hitting a .313, a homer. He has knocked in 29. Outfield shading him around to the right. First pitch fastball upstairs. This is the 8th meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. Sox have won 6 of the first 7. There's a ground ball right side. Paco Martin is there. Up with it. Over to the big hurt. And 2 pitches, 1 out. 347 down each line. 375 in the gaps. 400 straightaway center field. Alex, as we mentioned at the top, 1-0 this year against the Mariners. 6-1 lifetime. Here's the DH, Edgar Martinez. Hitting .300, 10 homers. He's knocked in 40. Lifetime against Alex, he has faced him 20 times, now 21. And he has 2 hits. And quickly, 2 down. So 3 pitches, 2 out.
That's
Lou
good.
Piniella talking to Junior and say, hey, take your time. You don't have to run up there.
That's what he's saying. See what Griffey Jr. has done in 36 homers. Leads the American League. Frank Thomas with 35. National League and a Major League leader is Matt Williams of the Giants with 38 long ones.
Junior 5 for 23 with a homer against young Alex as he's trying to take a little time. Outfield playing him to hook. So a couple of 24-year-olds going at one another as there's a fastball inside corner. That's good.
Boy. We got stats for everything, don't we?
It's amazing. Jammed in fastball. Paco Martin's back. So 5 pitches. And Alex gets rid of the Mariners here in the top of the first. Nothing across after having a play. A Seattle nothing. And the good guys coming to bat.
No score, bottom of the first inning. Alex Fernandez had an easy time with the Mariners. And here is Gene Lamont's lineup for tonight. Leading off at second, Roberto Martin. Batting second in left field, Bob Zubcic. Frank Thomas at first base bats third. Cleanup man Julio Franco. Robin Ventura at third base bats fifth, followed by Darren Jackson in right. Bottom third has Lance Johnson in center. Bob Melvin behind the plate. And at shortstop, Craig Graybeck.
Here's Paco Martin hitting at .262, a homer. He's knocked in 13. Paco 0 for 8 against Seattle this year. As a 6'3" southpaw, John Cummings pours the strike over. Sox 31-19 at home as you look at the numbers on Cummings. Mariners on the other side of that ledger. Well, they're 19 games under. There's a curveball strike at 18-37 on the road.
Well, that's not good. 22-22 at the Kingdom, but they will not be there for a long, long time.
Shanks that one foul.
Defensively, the Mariners have Anthony, Jr. and Buhner in the outfield. Flowers, Rodriguez, Fermin, and Tino Martinez are the infielders. Battery of Dan Wilson and John Cummings.
0-2 pitch. Another shank. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours.
Paco's having a tough time picking the ball up off this guy. A couple of funny swings. You'll battle him, though.
One and two the count. Cummings 0-1 lifetime against the Sox, and in his major league career he is 1-10. Pull a string on him out in front, and there's one out.
Boy, he really took a lot off of this pitch. I can't really tell if that was a turnover type thing or he tried to backdoor him with a curveball. Ball went basically straight down.
Here's Zubcic. Looks at it down low. Well, a game that everybody's looking at. Cleveland at New York. That game tied at 1, bottom of the fourth inning. Albert Bell, who has just been served with a 7-game suspension, hit his 34th home run in that ball game after being served with a 7-game suspension. So I guess he will start. As we talked about the last time, well, you go into New York and somewhere along the line the Yankees and the Mets are going to catch a break because of the suspension system and the way it is right now. They're going to have to revamp that thing. There's a shot, foul. A curveball up. Zubcic, that's a hair too quick.
Well, why would the Yankees and Mets catch a break on this? They seem like the visiting team because they get to delay it as long as they possibly can. And then
Yankees in a break because of the fact, well, in this particular case, they're not catching a break.
Right.
Okay. But in this particular case, as a rule, there's not as a rule in the past. They have said they will start the suspension after the team left New York. As there's a base hit back through the middle off the fist. He just fights it off. But in this particular case, it is the Yankees who are not catching the break.
Darn right they're not catching a break.
I'll tell you, it's how can you serve a guy with suspension and he's playing?
There's the pitch to Zubcic. A little cut fastball slider, whatever you want to call it. Bobby makes contact right on his hip right there, but he's strong enough to fight it over the infield for a jam shot single.
You know, though, I'm glad. I hope he plays. I don't want any excuses when this thing is all settled and done, because we're going to beat them anyway. So let them play. Get them all in there. Waive the suspension. Want to know the count to Big Frank. That ball in the dirt. Nice block by Dan Wilson. I think everybody's had enough of that situation and scenario anyway.
Yeah.
We have the thing here. It says it starts August 1st.
They'll probably be going home, right? Cleveland.
That's low. 3-0 the count. Turn him loose. And let's check out our picks to click tonight. Jim Angio, our producer director, went with Franco. Wimpy went with DJ. I'm going with the big boy.
Gutsy.
A little tardy right there on the 3-0 fastball.
Cummings looks like he's coming at you with all kneecaps and elbows.
He sure does. He gives you a lot of motion out there, doesn't he?
Those are the kind of guys that are actually the toughest to hit. He doesn't have real good stuff, overpowering type stuff. A big curveball looks like it might be effective, but his delivery is the key for him. Motion.
Another shot base hit into left field. So Zubcic will hold at second, and with one out, Sox have 2 on.
I think Frank got his timing there. It's a breaking ball coming down and in. Didn't quite get it in there deep enough. It's a little slurve action on that breaking ball by Cummings, and Frank was just laying there to drop the hit on it. A rocket in the left field.
Franco hitting at .319, 17 homers. He's knocked in 87. Outfield straight up. In fact, Junior playing him to pull slightly.
Very unusual.
Well, it might tell you that they're going to try to get him out with all speed stuff.
Could very well be, or they're thinking that Cummings doesn't have a real good fastball.
Another breaking pitch, 2 in a row, misses, and the count 2-0.
You are correct, sir. Breaking balls.
Broken bat, right side. Rodriguez. And they turn it over. 4-6-3. That'll do it. Nothing across, couple of hits. No errors, 1 left after 1. No score.
Southwest Airlines not only has 8 daily nonstop flights, they're also the acknowledged low-fare leader. Southwest Airlines to Cleveland.
Here's the pitching profile on Alex Fernandez. Fastball 91-93. He'll throw a curve, slider, and changeup, the 4 basic pitches. And that fastball is the key, though. Once he establishes it inside to the hitters, well, I'll tell you, that breaking ball, whichever one he throws, becomes that much better.
Here's Jay Buhner, the right fielder, hitting at .268, 17 homers. He's knocked in 52. Ball 1, says Rocky Rowe. You see Buhner having a good road trip. Slider. Buhner has faced Alex 25 times, has 6 hits, and 1 of them left the yard. Tommy hawked that fastball. Zubcic giving chase as Buhner on his way to second base. And the throw not in time. So leadoff double for Jay Buhner.
Well, that pitch was way up there. Generally, we talk about Jay Buhner to get him out. You want to throw the fastballs up, preferably in. This is up and out over the plate. Boy, you're right. He got his hands above that ball and just smokes it. It was well above the letters. Zubcic with the play. No chance to get Buhner. Runs pretty well for a big guy. Runs real well, as a matter of fact.
Here's Tino Martinez hitting at .243, 15 homers, 49 knocked in. 0 for 13 against the Sox this year. Alex wants to talk with Bobby Melvin. First of a brief 3-game homestand. And in the Sox on Tuesday, we'll tee it up with the Rangers down at Arlington as we take a look at it. For 3, California for 3, and Oakland for 3 before coming home the off the 11th, and of course the strike date beginning on Friday. Two and 0 the count. Let's just check it out here. Original strike date they had set was the 16th. That would have been a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The association decided to move it up and go on the weekend. Take the weekend away, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Right.
Good change right there, and the count 2 and 1.
So what do you think of that?
There's a little bit of difference in attendance.
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday versus Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, let's talk about this changeup. Good arm action right there by Alex. Martinez way out in front. Speed was perfect. Yeah, you're right. There's a big difference, especially with all the pennant races really heating up. Well, I'll tell you, there's some good ones too. You know, it's just a shame. You know, I love this new format, the divisional format, the 3 divisions. I don't care what you hear a lot of these baseball purists. Heck, this is the most exciting pennant race in years. Both leagues. Everybody's got a chance. Get hot, see what happens.
That's right. You get there's a shot base hit up the middle. Lance Johnson gets to it. They're going to hold Buhner now at third as the ball gets away from Thomas. Meanwhile, no advance by Martinez. So with nobody out, the Mariners have runners at the corners. Yeah, you win 15 out of 20. I don't care where you're situated. You're right back in the hunt.
Oh, absolutely. Look at the Mariners. They're 40 and 59, and they're only 7.5 back. They have enough talent here to get hot for a while.
Well, other American League action will show Oakland at Detroit, Milwaukee at Boston, Toronto at Baltimore, Minnesota at Kansas City, and California against the Rangers and Texans. As the Yankees have picked up 3 runs, still hitting bottom of the 4th inning, leading Cleveland 4-1. Here's Mike Bowers, the third baseman, hitting at 286, 8 homers. He's knocked in 44. Bowers 1 for 6 lifetime against Alex.
Well, Bowers wants that ball up and out over the plate. We have seen him handle that pitch well. He's got good power the opposite way. Right center field is his baby.
He's way off the plate with an open stance.
Yeah.
There's a breaking pitch, just misses, and the count 2-0.
I know you've always been a fan of Mike Bowers.
I always thought he had a chance to hit if he would get closer to the plate.
Yeah. Well, when you have an open stance and are that far away from the plate, I'll tell you what, to me, there's a whole lot of head and body movement.
3-0 the count. Eric Anthony on deck.
Yeah, because when you stand off the plate, it looks to the eye that you do have a slow bat. I think that's where a lot of people might get a misconception of Frank Thomas because he's so far away from the plate. When you're on top of the plate, you're automatically quicker. In your mind makes you quicker.
He turned him loose, 3-0. Fouls it right side out of play.
Here's a look at our between the lines. Alex to the rescue. We need a win. 4 losses in a row. Alex won the last Sox game that the team did win. For Seattle, Junior's Achievement Award M's. See, stayed up all night for that one. Read that. And defense, we got to catch the ball.
Yeah, that last one is very, very important.
How about the middle one? Witty, huh?
No, not really. It's a 3-1 fastball in right field. That's going to be deep enough to get Buehner home, as he will tag and score. And it's 1-0 Seattle.
Well, Blowers did get the job done with the sacrifice fly, but a lot more could have been done. You know, if a guy is closer to the plate, chances are he's going to get something in his wheelhouse, something he can pull, which is what Luke Piniella probably had in his mind when he let him swing on 3-0 in the first place. But they do get on the board first, and if Alex can hold them 1 run in this inning, that's good.
Real good. Here's Anthony hitting at .218, 7 homers. That could be trouble. And it is. That's a fair ball as Upsy gets to it. Now they're going to hold Tino Martinez at third base on a double by Eric Anthony.
Well, there's a fastball, outer half of the plate. It looks like Anthony was a little bit tardy on this swing, but he's able to find that hole. Anthony obviously struggling with that batting average of his. Just down to .218. He got that double, though. So Dan Wilson has a chance here to do some damage.
Shanks that one, fair ball right down the right field line. Here comes Martinez. Here comes Anthony on the single by Wilson. They got him caught off first base in a pickle. Put the tag on him. 2 out, but it's 3-0 Mariners.
Man, I'll tell you, when things are going bad for you, this is what happens. Wilson, as Hawk mentioned, just shanks it right down the first baseline. Watch the swing right here. Pitch is down. He just kind of nubs it off the end of the bat. And it's got all kinds of English getting away from Frank Thomas. Right down the first baseline. 2 runs scored. Oh, bad base running got the Sox an out right there, but they're down 3-0.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Alex Rodriguez. Just turned 19. Hitting at .224, no homers. He's knocked in 2. Cannot get the hook. Just turned 19 years old. Another breaking ball misses. Talking with Ron Fairley, one of the Mariner broadcasters, said this young man has made some errors on throws, but he has made some plays that not a whole bunch of shortstops in this league can make already.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, he just turned 19. Wow. You've got ties older than him.
I've got golf balls older than him.
I know. Mine are all in lakes and woods.
The 1-2. Fastball. Almost another double right there.
Whoa.
$19 years old. You're in college at 19, huh? Or the Marines?
Yeah. Actually, I was in my 3rd year of 10th grade.
Gets him. But some damage is done. Mariners with 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, nobody left after an inning and a half. Sox in trouble, trailing 3-0.
Here's the profile on John Cummings, left-hander for Seattle. Fastball between 86 and 89. I think he's more around that 86-mile-an-hour area. Throws a curveball and a changeup. Looks like his curveball is his best pitch. What a big breaker. And he will change speeds on that.
So Cummings has a 3-0 lead. It'll be Ventura, Darren Jackson, and Lance Johnson. Boy, nice crowd on hand. And they're into it. He's got to get some tallies, runs, points, goals. There's a breaking ball strike, and the count evens at 1. There's that curve. Robin 8 for 23 this year against the Mariners with 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and lifetime against Cummings. He's 2 for 4. And one of them left the yard. Another off-speed pitch evens the count up at 2. So the first of this 3-game set. McDowell against Bosky tomorrow night. And Alvarez against Converse, 22-year-old right-hander, on Sunday. That curveball popped up into left field. Eric Anthony is there. And all of us here at Sports Channel would like to take a moment to welcome our affiliate Microwave Cable and all their viewers in Bloomington, Illinois. Bloomington, yes.
Don't they?
I got a lot of my money in Bloomington. Some good players there.
Really?
Yes. Here's DJ hitting at .319, 10 homers. He's knocked in 48, takes the strike. 7 for 23 against the Mariners this year, as you see currently on a 9-game hitting streak. Flips that one foul. Souvenir right side, and the count 0-2. Top of the 5th inning now at New York. Yankees leading Cleveland 4-1. Got a shot breaking ball right back through the middle, so make it a 10-game hitting streak for DJ, but more importantly, a 1-out single.
Well, he waited back perfectly on that particular pitch. Hand stayed back, and he just rifles it. Watch it right here. There's that curveball, hands back, right up the middle. You know you've taken a good swing when you hit the ball that hard in that area.
Here's Lance. Johnson hitting at .271, a homer. He's knocked in 48. Just 6 for 24 this year against Seattle, but he has knocked in 8 runs. There's a base hit, as Anthony quickly gets to it, playing him over there. So with 1 out, 2 on. That'll bring up the catcher, Bob Melvin. 0 for 4 in a Sox uniform. Drops that hook over. Boy, you're right. He really does have a funky motion.
Those funky left-handers. Usually takes you a batter or two to get used to a guy like Cummings.
That ball hit into right center field. Buehner giving chase way back. He's a good outfielder. He's there. Makes the catch. And that's out number 2.
Well, Bob Melvin did everything perfect on that swing. Waited back on the curveball, and he just rifles it. Watch his hands. They stay back. He recognizes the pitch. It's down out over the plate. Pretty good pitch. Great job of hitting, but Buehner, who, as Hawk mentioned, is a very good outfielder, got a good jump on it, makes the play right up against the wall in right center. Hang with him.
Now let's just see right here if John Cummings on that last shot, just glancing at it, if he's got a knuckle curve ball here. He does.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing a knuckle curve. Boy, those things have got some bite on.
Yeah. That would be just one knuckle up.
It looked like he had 2 on that last shot. Huh. Some guys saw it with 1, some guys saw it with the fingernail.
Well,
Hooten threw it with 2.
2 knuckles dug, the fingernails dug into the ball is what it was, the 2 fingernails, and then he just flipped it. Don Sutton had 1. Rick Rhoden 1.
Most guys will dig that when they're going to throw the knuckle curve. They'll dig that first finger into the seam or the skin of the ball, grab it with the seams, and you can really get some rotation. Graybeck takes it outside and the count 2-0. Well, Craig Higgin at 333, no homers, 5 RBIs. 3 for 5 against Seattle. Checks it up. And the count 3-0. All right, let's check it out one more time. Now you can see it better at the top of the delivery rather than in the glove. Yeah.
Yep.
You're right, Wimpy just had the 1. He's got the 1 up there. That's ball 4. That'll load him up. First walk issued by John Cummings.
Number 7, Roberto Martin.
Sox, as you are well aware of, lately have not been doing a lot of 2-out production. Of course, when you run into good pitching like they did in Kansas City, that has a propensity to shut it down a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a shot on Hopper right to Blowers. He's not going to be able to make the play. Good hustle by Lance Johnson. Into third. Darren Jackson scores, and it's a 3-1 ball game.
Boy, you're right. Lance made this play. Well, let's see where Mike Blowers may have gotten hit here.
He got up a little.
Yeah. Mike, I think Mike is definitely singing soprano these days. Right there. Boy, that's a good hustle by Lance Johnson right there. Bang! Boing, boing, boing.
Oh, ringing the bell as they give Paco a base hit. So here's Zupsik. There's a shot. Base hit back through the middle. Lance Johnson's going to score. Graybeck's going to score. Martin into third, and the game is tied at 3. Yes!
There's that 2-out rally you're talking about. Boy, this game is a game of inches. Tell you, Blowers comes up with it, and Cummings is out of there unscathed, but no. Zupsik finds a hole up the middle for 2 more runs. As you see, that pitch is out over the plate. Got just enough of it to hit it by the second baseman, diving Felix Fermin. So 3-3, and here's the big hurt. Zupsik 2 for 2 with a couple runs batted in.
Didn't he?
Can't believe you didn't take him.
He's your namesake.
True. Well, my guy scored a run.
DJ single to start it off. Here's Big Frank. He hit a bullet into left field for a single last inning. Takes a curveball strike. Pitch. Just off the corner. Nice effort right there by Cummings. And it's 2-1.
Well, for Frank Thomas, this is not a good road trip. 8 games. He only drove in 6 runs.
That's a picture for you and I.
Darn right it is. 241 average.
That's popped up in right field. Jay Buhner. He's there. Makes the catch, and it'll retire the side, but not before the Sox tied up with 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, 2 left, and after 2, tied at 3.
We are back, and you're looking at Concourse Cam. What is that? A brewski, perhaps? Our cameras are everywhere. Actually, our cameraman is right underneath that little faucet. Nice crowd on hand. Boy, the Insure won. Those great White Sox striped hats, they are nice. You got to get a few up here. First pitch to Felix Fermin is a fastball strike. So 3 runs for the Mariners in the 2nd inning. The Sox answer with 3 in the bottom half of the inning. 3 2-out RBIs, and there's a fastball, just misses. Alex wanted that one. 1-1. Boy, everything the Mariners hit last inning found a hole. Not that Alex wasn't throwing well, and there's a bullet off Bob Melvin's face mask. Boing, boing, boing. So you listen to this. Oh man, like getting punched. I'll be all right. I could have been a contender. He got him. Good slider right there. And Alex Fernandez punches out his 2nd Mariner. Oh, that's good. That's late movement right there. That's ideal. When you're looking at a slider, that's more like a cut fastball. Not many guys are going to hit that one, especially with 2 strikes. Fermin goes down, and I'll tell you what, that is very, very rare. Felix Fermin, one of the toughest guys in the league to strike out, as Alex hangs that curveball up high to Edgar Martinez. Let's see, Fermin. He'd already got 10 walks on the year. He struck out 20 times now in 337 at bats. So that's good for Fermin. He's a contact man. 1-1 on Edgar. He hit the first pitch he saw, a grounder tapper back to Fernandez in the 1st inning. Junior's on deck. We've got a 3-3 tie here in the 3rd. Melvin setting up outside. That slider misses low. And career against Alex, just 2 for 21, 0.95. This guy's a good hitter now. You're looking at the American League batting champion of a couple years ago. Good hitter. Hitting at 299. Changeup misses. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. He gets jammed and fights it into the corner in right field. Darren Jackson cuts it off. The throw in the 2nd. Looks like they got a chance on the relay, but no, Martinez is in there with a double. Darren just couldn't get enough on that throw. He got it with all his momentum, taking him in foul ground. He made the delivery to Paco Martin, but Paco couldn't get it to him. Right there, a little tardy on the 3-1 fastball. Watch Darren right there. That's just a great effort. That little spin move. And Paco has to cut it for any chance. And good slide there by Edgar. He went away from the tag. Looked like he just kind of read the eyes of Craig Graybeck as to which way he was going to go with the tag. So a runner in scoring position for Junior. Oh, another seeing hit for the Mariners. They have not hit the ball real hard. Buhner scalded one. Tino Martinez hit it hard. So actually just 2 of the 6 hits, 2 of the 5 hits have been hit hard by Seattle. So with first base open, I know the Sox want to be careful to Junior. Alex made a real good pitch on him his first time up and jammed him. A little pop up to the shortstop. Second baseman checked that. Griffey Just 6 for 29 against the Sox pitching this year. 2 homers, 5 driven in. Comes inside with a slider. 2-0. That's what he's done against the Sox this year. 253 hitter in his career. 10 homers, 36, and they're going to put him on. I don't blame you. And while we have a moment, our next televised game on Sports Channel will be tomorrow night. That'll be at 6 o'clock. Fireworks to follow. And hopefully some Sox will put on some fireworks displays of their own during the ball game. Sean Bosky this year with the Phillies was 4-6 with a 5.23 earned run average. I thought he pitched better than that. Sean will start, the former Cub, and Blackjack McDowell will work for the Sox. Jack, who's been having quality start after quality start. I think that's 13 out of 15. Out of his last 15 have been quality starts, going a minimum of 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs or less. 15th intentional walk, second most in the American League for Junior. Mo Vaughn has been walked intentionally 16 times this year. So here's Buhner. Doubled and scored in the second inning. We are in the third. That slider misses. Sox looking for that double play. They are deep and playing Buhner to pull in the outfield. Setting up away again. He pops this one up. That'll be out of play. Upper tank.
You know, Wimpy, just looking at Jay Buhner. First at bat, on top of that high heater, just Tommy hawked it, as you mentioned. The way he went after that pitch, the way he took the previous pitch from Alex. This by far, in the 7 games we have seen, is the most dangerous he looks at the plate.
Yeah, he looked like he was real susceptible to any kind of decent fastball, much less an Alex Fernandez type. Yeah, he looks like he is getting ready to pull that trigger. There's a ground ball in the hole. Grayback. They get the force play at second. Nice play by Grayback at shortstop, avoiding Robin Ventura cutting across, and Noberto Martin turning into a first baseman getting this throw. Nice stretch.
23, Tino Martinez.
That's good job right there. Boy, Craig put a lot on that throw. He just got enough time to set. Very accurate throw, and Martin coming across the bag to shorten that throw, getting Griffey. Big play. So with 2 down, Tino Martinez the hitter. Well, he smoked one up the middle. His first time up. He got a fastball down and out over the plate and hit it hard to center field. White Sox have had success against Tino, pitching him inside with the fastball. He's now 1 for 14 against the Sox this year, and just a 198 hitter career. Jam shot, good pitch. Robin Ventura in foul ground puts it away. A nice job by Alex Fernandez. Pitches out of the jam. Seattle strands 2, and after 2.5, we're tied at 3. Three tie here in the bottom of the third inning. This is Southwest Airlines tail of the tape. 3-5-0 for Seattle. 3-6-0 for the good guys. A lot of hits. Curveball to Franco, misses. Julio into a 4-6-3 double play that ended the first inning. John Cummings against Alex Fernandez. Boy, Alex made a big pitch on Tino Martinez to end the third inning. Jammed him with a fastball. Juice. 2-0 count. Wow, 415 in 15 games since the All-Star break. So he has been a hot Sox hitter. Well, he just didn't have it against David Cone. Was that last night? Boy, it seems like these games are tied together. It seemed like such a long time ago that we were at Kauffman Stadium. Unfortunately, we don't have to face those pitchers for quite a while. Juice against the Mariners. Give you that number in a second. There's one way upstairs. 3-1. Franco, 571 hitter against Seattle this year with 2 homers and 10 RBIs and just 22 at bats now. In his career, 291 with 10 and 63. That's good. He nails it right there with the fastball. With or without you, with Randy Johnson's 11-6 record, 3.37 ERA. The rest of the starters are 13-39, 6.29. And yes, we are missing Randy Johnson. Well, of course, I'm not missing him. Sox hitters aren't missing him. Franco fouls that one off right side. Mezzanine. Yeah, that Randy Johnson is. There's the big unit. Oh, just a nightmare, especially if you're left-handed. I mean, he's no fun right-handed, but he's really not fun left-handed. So we will miss him. And Franco, a 3-2 pitch coming up. Fouls that one off. That's in the upper tank. Boy, nice crowd on hand. And then another sellout tomorrow. Just a few seats available. Those Bob Uecker seats over there in the corner. That's about it. He walked him. Curveball misses. So Cummings walks the leadoff man here in the White Sox third. Well, the Sox are averaging 31,427. Just over $1.5 million in 50 dates. Second walk issued by Cummings, so Robin Ventura gets a chance. Robin flied to left field his first time up. Mariners playing him slightly to hit the opposite way. Anthony very shallow and left. Curveball. Hangs high. You know, looking at Cummings' delivery, he's got that long, almost like a slingshot action. He brings the ball behind him, kind of drags his arm. And I'm trying to think of the left-hander who was with Detroit, and he pitched with Oakland for so many years. I'll come up with his name in a second. Reminds me a lot of him. And to me, the way he drags that arm, he's going to have trouble with his release point.
The guy from Waukegan, Kruger.
Yeah, Billy Kruger. Doesn't he remind you of him with his arm action?
No.
Figured. Well, let's go on to another subject. How'd you hit him today? Robin's done some damage against Cummings. You can see 2 for 5 with a homer. A couple of curveballs hang high out of the zone. You see Tino Martinez backing off now at first base. He pops this one in the air. Get out of here. It is. Dan Wilson runs out of room. So 2-1. See what Robin's done against these guys. Wow, 348 against the Mariners this year. 2 homers, 9 driven in. Sox are 6-1 against Seattle. There's a base hit in on the hands, but he fights it into right field. So the White Sox get another knock. 7th hit. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And Darren Jackson's going to get a chance to do some damage. DJ singled and scored as he led off the 2nd inning. Sox scored 3 runs in the 2nd with 2 out. RBI single by Paco Martin, an infield variety. Off the of Mike Blowers. And a 2-run single by Bob Zupsik followed that. They're looking for the bunt here. There's no way he's bunting. There's a shot to right field. Get up over Buhner's head. No, what a play! Up against the wall. Franco tags and goes to third, but a great play by Buhner and right.
Here's one of the best catches we've seen all year. Jay Buhner's a good outfielder. That ball was scalded by DJ. Watch this.
Man.
Ran right to the spot.
Oh, did he ever.
There's an outstanding play.
Oh, you're right. That ball was just killed. The ball was hit almost directly over his head. He uses the drop step, runs directly to the spot where he thinks it's going to be. His hands were pumping at his sides. Right at the last second, he picks up his glove and makes just a wonderful catch to take away extra bases and possibly 2 runs from the Sox. Wow. He can play. Here's Lance Johnson. Runners at the corners, grounder to second. Fermin, Rodriguez, they turn it. 4-6-3. Cummings gets a few breaks and pitches out of it. After 3, we're still tied at 3.
Steve Cashel back with you now, and time for our Chrysler scoreboard. We're going to take a look at what happened Cleveland and New York. Albert Bell has his 34th home run, but New York leading Cleveland. Now here's our National League. Cubbies bat around in the first inning. Derek May with a 2-run double. They come up with 5. Cardinals have lost 5 in a row. Montreal leading Florida right now 4-0 in the 5th inning. Philly over Atlanta 1-0 in the 5th. New York over Pittsburgh 2-1 in the 4th. In that Philly game, Phillies looking for their 5th win in a row. We'll be back after 7 innings, show you what the AL's doing. Back to Comiskey, Hawk Harrelson, Tom Pachor. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Steve. And we're in the top of the 4th. Boy, 12 hits in this ball game already.
Wimpy, yesterday was young man Ben Cruz's birthday. He was born here in Chicago, but has been living in Macon, Georgia. And when told he could go anywhere he wanted to for his birthday, he immediately said Sox game to see Big Frank. So our congratulations on his 8th birthday to Ben Cruz. Also, his dad Pat says, Wimpy, when you were with the Sox in the early 80s, my wife thought you were the best looking guy in baseball, but she also liked my looks as well. So don't get too excited. Pat, Cruz, Connie, Ben, Caleb.
Right.
Oh, that's a cute letter.
That's great that he'd want to come to a Sox game.
Yeah. Immediately said, Sox game, Big Frank.
So they're here tonight?
Yeah.
So big welcome.
Nice of his parents to do that for him.
Oh, that's great. Mrs. Cruz ought to get those eyes straightened out. Blowers tries to pull that outside pitch. Grounds it foul. There's Sammy Perlazzo. One of the many Sammys. Many Sammys out there. Sammy Mejia's over at first base. Sammy Ellis. Sammy Ellis, the pitching coach.
Samuel Adams on deck.
That's right. I might have one of those. Those cats. Pitch to Blowers. He drops down. Yes, sir. Outside corner with the breaking ball. He'll have to sit down. Great pitch by Alex. Strikeout number 3.
Oh, that's neat there. Tough pitch to hit when you're that far off the plate.
It really, and if you bail at all, you got no chance. That's one thing about standing away from the plate. You got no margin for error on a bail. And when your whole game was predicated on a bail, you had to stand close to the plate.
Well, what you have to do is try to force him to throw it into your bail.
That's right. Uh-oh. Drive deep to right center field. That's gone. Eric Anthony, homer. Wow, he's 2 for 2 coming in hitting .218. You'd never know it. He's got a double and a homer and 2 at bats. That's home run number 8. He's got 26 driven in. Take a look. No, that looked like almost a BP fastball from Alex, about belt high inside half. So Anthony puts Seattle in the lead 4-3. And the Sox will have to battle back again. Here's Stan Wilson, a 2-run single his first time up. He shanked one down the first baseline, but it worked. Nothing wrong with that.
You made that into an art form.
Oh. I think a lot of guys tried to copy that. There's a drive to right. Darren Jackson, he's in fair territory, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. Well, Hawk, the Orlando Magic have scheduled a press conference tonight at 9 p.m. expected to announce the signing of Horace Grant. You know, I'll tell you, I like what Jerry Reinsdorf did today.
What do you do?
I had a press conference explaining what happened with their negotiations. You know, just making sure everybody knew what was going on. Horace decided he'd go someplace else, and that's it. So Alex Rodriguez, who struck out his first time up, pops this one up. Middle of the infield. Martin has it, puts it away, and that'll do it. But a solo homer by Eric Anthony puts the Mariners atop, and after 3.5, they lead it 4-3. And it's that time of the evening where we are so proud to present our Sherwin-Williams batting leaders. In the American League, the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas at 365, Paul O'Neill, Kenny Lofton, and Albert Bell. Wow, those guys are good. In the senior circuit, Tony Gwynn, what new? Jeff Bagwell, what a year he's having. Hal Morris and David Justice, top hitters over there, and those are the best hitters in baseball. Those guys can hit. Bob Melvin takes a fastball strike on the outside corner from John Cummings. Bobby hit one deep to right center field. Jay Buhner flagged it down, though, right at the wall. Coming inside, jam shot in the center field. Yes! So Bob Melvin gets on the board. First hit in a White Sox uniform. Okay.
Melvin watch you play?
No, he hit that ball much too hard his first time up. Well, that ball's right way back in his swing. That's what happens. See, you get jammed when you don't get the head of the bat out. That ball was on his right hip. It's all right. It worked. Worked better than the first rope he hit.
That's right.
Here's Craig Graybeck. Gravy walked his first time up. There's that curveball. Yeah, Cummings is basically that straight up pitcher. Got everything, elbows, kneecaps coming at you. He's very deceptive from that standpoint. But with that long arm action, well, I just got to feel like his release point has got to be different almost on every pitch. Bunted, good one. Blowers, he's got a great arm. Oh, and he makes the play. Whoa, good play by Mike Blowers. Fielding the bunt, making one step, and bang to first.
Here's an outstanding play. Well, we've seen Buhner with a great catch, and now Blowers with an outstanding play. As Webby mentioned, Blowers got one of the best arms in all of baseball from third base. He got a gun.
Well, we have seen great defense from Seattle tonight. They're tied for last in the American League in that category.
Go figure.
Whew. Yeah, that left foot forward when he caught the ball, takes one step and bang. That's a nice play. Well, let's see what Paco can do right here. He drove in a run his last time up with an infield single off Mike Blowers. Eight hits for the Sox, 6 for the Mariners. 14 in this game. We're only in the bottom of the 4th. Melvin getting his lead at second base. Oh, there's a curveball. He backdoored him.
There's a beautiful pitch.
Man, outside in. This is as good as Cummings can do right here. Ball starts out outside, and watch it right there. Bang, catches the corner. Good call there by Rocky Rowe. Didn't give up on that pitch. There's a fastball. They cut that a little bit, riding it in on Martin, but he misses down and in. And does your kid have a future with the White Sox? Hurry, it's the last week to enter Sports Channel's Future Sox contest. We receive hundreds of entries, so don't be left out. Just take a picture of your child, 8 years or younger, dressed in White Sox apparel in his or her favorite baseball pose, and send it to the address on your screen. As you look at some of our candidates, remember, your pictures will be judged on originality. Don't forget, entries must be received by August 8th. Look at that guy. And Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you better get your mama to take a picture of you. Please send them in. What, hundreds? Let's get thousands of entries. And you get your own suite to destroy at a future Sox game. What can be better than that?
Oh.
I want to go in there when they have that. See those guys. There's a curveball in the dirt. Stopped by Wilson.
I'll tell you. Well, with you and I, it's become one of our favorite promotions. I'm telling you, I just love to see those kids dressed up in their Sox attire.
Those are great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very original, too. They have some great little gimmicks.
Well, that's what you have to do to win or to be on a team. Is to be original.
I used to have to buy the coach off to get on the team. Breaking ball. He walked him.
So you were one of the guys that started all that stuff, huh?
Well, you didn't have the talent. You have to get on the team somehow. Lou Piniella coming out to the mound. I don't think he was real happy with that last pitch selection to Paco Martin. You know, he walks Paco, and the chances are he's going to face Frank Thomas in this inning. Curveball to walk him.
When he gets hot about a pitch selection like that, he can go out there, never change expressions on his face, and I mean completely undress you.
Oh, I believe that.
Hey, that's the only way a lot of these guys are going to learn. You can't keep patting them in the fanny all the time and say, hey, now this is the way. Sometimes you got to go out there and shock them.
And here's Bob Zupsik, has shocked him twice. 2 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. There's a fastball. He takes it inside. There's Melvin getting his lead at second. Not a whole lot of speed on the bases. Zupsik smokes this one foul. He hit it so hard even our ball girl couldn't make the play.
Big 6'8" right-hander.
I'm bailing already.
Jeff Nelson.
How did anybody ever get a hit off this guy?
Don't ask me. You're talking to the wrong guy.
He's a absolute right-handed hitter's nightmare.
The only way is you just got to hope he misses with a breaking ball, because he's got a good one.
Yeah.
And if he misses with a breaking ball at that point, whew, then he becomes sweet meat.
Yeah, but if you're bailing so bad as I think I would be. There's a curveball, hangs up high. 2-1 on Zupsik. The Zupper.
Wimpy, I'm getting tired of hearing all this stuff. I never saw you bail one time when you were with the Sox.
You didn't?
Of course, I was with Boston at the time.
Right. See? I'll tell you what. You never saw me hit off Mark Clear. He misses 3-1. Uh-oh, this might be his last guy. Because I don't think Lou wants Frank Thomas to face Cummings with the bases loaded.
No, he will not.
He's poised. So we'll see what happens right here. 3-1 on Zupsik. Fastball. Fouled off right side. 3-2. There's Bob Melvin at second. Martin at first. We'll see if they're in motion right here. Gene Lamont's been starting everybody all season long on 3-2, but Melvin does not run real good. Doesn't run bad for a catcher.
With a big hurt on deck, there they go, and it's ball 4.
No, Lou's not going to let him walk Paco Martin and Bob Zubcic to get to Frank Thomas. And he has seen enough. So with the big right-hander Jeff Nelson coming in, we are set for a break. We'll be back to give you his numbers right after this. Here's the numbers on Jeff Nelson. 23 games, no record, 273 earned run average, so he has pitched well. Wow, strikeout per inning, only 26 hits allowed and 14 walks. So Nelson, well, he's done a good job for the Mariners. 6'8", 235-pounder from Baltimore, Maryland. Just 27 years old. Boy. Last year was 5-3 with Seattle with a 4.35 earned run average, worked in 71 ball games. So he can go out there and pitch on a regular basis. As we mentioned, this guy is just murdered on right-handed hitters. But there's a pretty good one he's got to face. Bases loaded. 1 out. The Sox trailing 4-3.
Well, it's a lot easier hitting against this guy with the bases loaded than it is with nobody else.
Yeah, it is. Takes a lot of that fear factor out of there.
Now, I don't care who you are.
Well, Nelson was recalled from Calgary on July 14th. Was with Seattle for a month at the start of the season. Just intermittent stays here. Wow, good numbers. Frank hits this one in the air right field. Buhner back. He's got a beat on it. Makes the catch. Melvin will score. Paco Martin in the third. We've got a tie ball game. Frank Thomas drives home his 91st run of the season.
Here's a good job by Frank. Watch the breaking ball right here from Nelson. As we mentioned, he's got a good one. That ball has a lot of bite, even though he throws it from underneath. He also has some downward movement on it. Frank just looking right there to get this game tied up. Not getting greedy.
Yeah, he gets a little bit more of that ball, and it could have been in a gap or even out of the ballpark. Yeah. So Frank does the job. Runners at the corners, 2 out for Julio Franco. Juice takes the fastball away. Franco hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the first inning, and he walked in the third. Sox 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Seattle 4-6-0. Breaking ball, sweeper, right there. Boy, David Cohn made a few pitches on Franco last night at Kauffman Stadium. Nasty. He hit him his second, I believe it was his second time at the plate. Third time up. And then he started dropping down with that hard slider of his, and oh, that was Katie bar the door after that. So Kansas City now 5.5 games back with that 4-game sweep of the Sox. It's the first time they have won 6 games since June of 1992. So 3 teams in the hunt in the AL Central. There's that breaking ball. Julio takes it, and now the count goes to 2-1. Fastball hit in the air, center field deep. Junior, oh, he just didn't quite get it. Right to the warning track and puts it away. But the Sox get on the board, and they tie it after 4, 4-4.
Discover the smartest way to Columbus. Southwest Airlines has 5 daily nonstops from convenient Midway Airport and low unrestricted fares.
We are back at Comiskey Park and following the game on the Sports Channel report. It's Orlando. Today's press conference involving Horace Grant's decision involving the Orlando Magic. Bell told, for whom the suspension stings, Albert Bell, to bring full coverage of Albert Bell's time off. Tribe of New York coverage of the Yankees. and the Cleveland Indians. All this on the Sports Channel report following the game. Robin Ventura handles the first ball hit by Felix Fermin on the first pitch. So 1 up, 1 down here in the Mariner 5th.
And that'll bring up Edgar Martinez, the DH. And talking about that Cleveland, New York game, bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees leading the Tribe 4-2.
Who's our closer in New York now?
We got an assortment. Hal's been finishing off some games for him up there. Edgar 1 for 2, a double in the 3rd. Outfield playing him slightly to the right, gap in left center. Huge crowd on hand. Very festive crowd this evening. That's on the outside corner, and the count evens at 1. Curveball. This is a little high, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Off the end of the bat. Graybeck bobbles it, now controls underneath in time. And that's out number 2.
Good concentration right there by Craig Graybeck. Got the job done. Watch his head. He stays right on the ball and turns a possible error into a 6-3 putout.
Here's Junior. Popped to second. Alex just sawed him off with a fastball inside in the 1st inning and intentionally walked him in the 3rd. Jammed him once again. Popped up, playable. Alex over by Melvin. Alex playing the policeman, exactly what he's supposed to do. And a 1-2-3 inning. Halfway home from Comiskey Park, tied at 4. Oh, me, Wimpy.
I want
you
the
take
third
on
one.
the right, and I'll take on the left.
Yeah.
I love those onions, man. And let's check out tonight's game summary brought to you by all the Greater Chicagoland Dodge dealers. There you see tied at 4. Eric Anthony, solo homer. Bob Zupsy 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies. That a boy, Zupperoo. Our game summary brought to you by the Dodge dealers. Denny Guest and all those fine people. Here's Ventura. Robin 1 for 2. Fastball. It's one of those big right-handers. Come on, you left-handers.
Yeah.
Breaking ball. 21 to count. Jackson on deck. Johnson in the hole. Backdoored him right there. That's nasty. Oakland leading Detroit 4-1. Bottom of the 7th at Tiger Stadium. Boston 7, Milwaukee 2. Top of the 8th at Fenway. Toronto shutting out Baltimore 4-0. Bottom of the 4th at Camden Yards. That breaking ball hit high and deep into left field. Anthony is back there. And that's out number 1. And right now let's check out tonight's Southwest Airlines Plane Smart Trivia Trove. Name the only 2 players in American League history to hit home runs in 5 straight games twice in 1 season. I'm gonna go with a Big Hurt.
Wow. Happened in the 70s and the 90s. Oh boy, I was going to say Mattingly. I'm going to say, let's see, it doesn't have a Seattle flavor here.
Fouls that pitch away does Darren Jackson. He's 1 for 2, was robbed of extra bases on a beautiful catch by Jay Buhner in the 3rd inning.
Who you going with?
The Big Hurt.
And?
Well, I'm going to definitely go with some. Oh, he just sawed him out right there with a fastball, just chasing him inside. 2 down.
And following the White Sox game against Seattle on Saturday, July 30th, that's tomorrow, Chrysler Plymouth, we're just talking about him, will present a fantastic fireworks show. Game time 6:05, and tickets may be purchased by calling 312-831-1-SOX.
Here's Lance Johnson. 1 for 2, a single and a run scored back in the second. 4-8-0 for the Sox, 4-6-0 for Seattle. There's a breaking ball strike. Fastball inside. There's a shot, base hit into center field. Attaboy, one dog. So good speed aboard. Go.
Yeah, you got to think about this right now. Lance with those 24 stolen bases. Jeff Nelson at 6'8" in the side armor. There's no way he can be real quick to home plate to give Wilson enough time to throw out Lance Johnson.
Here's Bobby Melvin. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Bobby picking up his first hit last inning as he takes the fastball strike.
Well, it's good to see Lance Johnson swinging the bat free and easy.
It's good to see him back in the lineup.
Yeah, well, just to make sure he doesn't re-injure that. Of course, Herm Schneider just works him to death. He'd certainly much rather play.
Wicked hook and the count 0-2.
Yeah, camp fun with Herm Schneider before the ball game. You better get back in the lineup. Oh, this is something.
That thing just keeps digging too.
Yeah.
It doesn't flatten out on him. It just keeps digging.
Tell you what, that ball looked like it started off inside and hit the outside corner, maybe just off the corner. Ugh.
Now, talking to Lance about his injury, he said he couldn't even sneeze without it just killing him. Couldn't sleep.
It's amazing that he came back so quickly.
He's still hurting. But he knows he's needed.
Yeah. Yeah, without him in the lineup, I'll tell you that the ball club really has a different look to it.
No question. There's a big sweeper. He'd have got me on that one.
Yeah, can you? This pitch right here is almost out of the left-handed batter's box, and I think both of us would have swung at it. Look at this.
And I'd have been guessing strike. I'd been gone.
He caught that outside of the left-handed batter's box, and I don't know if I could have held up.
You know one thing, those hands would have been coming forward. Mercy. And I wouldn't even been embarrassed about it either.
Nah.
Throw it down, grab some bench, get your glove, because get on out to the field.
Yeah, because there's a lot of other right-handers that were sitting that out. They're glad it's you and not them.
That's right. Yeah, but he was only 6'4", different story. But when he's 6'8", got him on a hook. So nothing across. 2-out single by Lance. 1 left after 5. 4-4. Wimpy's new best friend, Lou Holtz, congratulating Sports Channel as our next game right here on Sports Channel will be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Second of the spring 3-game homestand, and the starting pitchers. For the Sox, it'll be Black Jack McDowell, who has been dealing, and his opponent, former Cub Sean Bosky.
Are you going to go to the Notre Dame Florida State game at Orlando this year?
Aren't we?
Oh, I tell you what, if I had to pick one game in any sport to go to in a year, that'd be the game I'd pick.
Yeah, Casey and I are going to go.
Of course, I know you'll be cheering for Notre Dame, but what about Krista?
That's her problem.
Yeah.
Jay Buhner will lead it off here in the top of the 6th inning in a 4-4 tie. Buhner is 1 for 2, a double and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. If you joined us late, Sox with 3 in the 2nd, Mariners with 3 in the 2nd, Mariners with 1 in the 4th, Sox with 1 in the 4th. Fastball just off the corner. Curveball strike, and the count evens at 1. Buhner, 17 homers, 82 knocked in. Check that, 52 knocked in. Breaking ball high.
You're right. He looks a lot more dangerous tonight. His hands are staying back on every pitch. He's dialing up for the fastball. Looks like he's very minimal head movement. Doesn't like it. He just spits on it, takes it.
3-1 to count.
So that's how you get to hit 2-0, 3-1.
Now you're getting it. Drops that curveball over. So full count to Jay Buhner. Tino Martinez on deck and Mike Blowers in the hole. Got him on a slider. Good sequence right there after falling behind 3-1. Dropped a good curveball over. Buhner looking gas. And comes back with a 3-2 slide ball. Woo.
Oh, that's nasty. Oh, look at that late movement right there. Buhner sees that as a fastball down and over the plate, and he reacts accordingly. But that bottom falls out in that late movement. Woo.
Here's where you just tip your cap. Nothing you can do, Jay Bird. Here's Martinez. 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. Outfield spread out for the most part straight up. Lance just a couple of steps over towards Zupsik in left field.
Well, I still think that Tino Martinez, if he could just flatten that bat out a little bit and not cock it towards the plate as he's starting his swing, he'd be so much quicker, much better hitter.
3-1 the count. Well, a final from Yankee Stadium as the Bronx Bombers defeat Cleveland 5-2.
That's good. Sterling Hitchcock was the starting pitcher in that game.
Full count to Martinez.
Well, you know, though, Hawk, that Cleveland is much better against right-handed pitchers than lefties. They've almost really struggled against left-handed starters.
Ground ball hit hard. Ventura, beautiful play, long peg, yes.
Very nice. Ball hit hard the opposite way as Robin, diving, just takes a couple of steps. That's all he's got time for. Gets up quickly and got him. Tino Martinez does not run real well.
In that 5-2 Yankee victory, Hitchcock the winner, 3-1. Nagy the loser, 8-8. Albert Bell is 34th homer. Two out to Mike Blowers. Takes a slider away.
Talking about the Cleveland's trouble against left-handers, they're just 11-16 against left-handed starters this year.
Fastball beauty on the outside corner. Big crowd on hand. Ooh, 41,218. How about that? Another big crowd tomorrow and another big crowd on Sunday. Drops down, fastball high. 4-1, Toronto leading Baltimore, bottom of the 4th at Camden Yards. Oakland leading Detroit 4-2, bottom of the 7th at Tiger Stadium. Top of the 9th at Fenway. Boston, the Carmines leading Milwaukee 7-2. Fouls that fastball back. Top of the 7th at Kauffman Stadium, Minnesota, and the Royals tied at 2. Down at the ballpark in Arlington, bottom of the 3rd, Rangers leading California 3-2. Fastball, good one. Checks it up. The 2-2 pitch. Drops down with a breaking ball, misses, and a full count. Over the National League, Mets leading the Pirates 4-1, top of the 8th. At Three Rivers. Montreal at Florida, tied at 4, top of the 7th. Bravos leading the Phillies 5-2, bottom of the 8th at Fulton County. Up high, that's ball 4. So the second walk issued by young Alex.
And on Sunday, July 31st, all kids 14 and under attending the White Sox game against Seattle at 1:35 receive a Waldo the White Sox Wolf Kids cap, courtesy of Coca-Cola. For tickets, call 312-831-1-SOX.
Here's Eric Anthony. He has doubled and homered, hitting .225 as he stands in. And here's what he did back in the 4th inning. Way back. You can put it on the board. Anthony with 8 homers, 26 knocked in. Goes after a high heater. That one went right through the screen. Didn't hit anybody, fortunately. Slider strike. So Alex on top, 1-2. Two and two. And let's check out our trivia question by Southwest Airlines. Name the only 2 players in American League history to have 5 home runs, or 5 straight games. Frank Thomas and Harmon Killebrew. Full count to Anthony. Well, Big Frank will play behind Blowers. Give him a good motion, throw him a straight change. Or fastball in. Let's see what it's going to be. Jammed him. Fastball. Good pitch by Alex. Darren Jackson, can of corn, that'll do it. Nothing across, no hits, no errors, 1 left after 5.5. Tied at 4. Southwest Airlines tail of the tape here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-9-0 for the good guys. 4-6-0 for Seattle. Scoring has been in identical innings. Both teams with 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. And the big 6'8" right-hander Jeff Nelson in relief of John Cummings. It'll be great back. Then the top of the order, Paco Martin and Bob Zupsy, the scheduled hitters. In that 5-2 Yankee victory over Cleveland, Albert Bell was 3 for 4, scored both Cleveland runs. His suspension begins Monday. 7 games. Fastball misses. Bill Craig has walked, scored, and sacrificed. Off the fist, up the middle. Alex Rodriguez. And there's 1 out. And a reminder, tomorrow live at 4 p.m. it'll be the Chicago Housing Authority Midnight Basketball League All-Star Game. Now the mission is to keep kids off the streets. The solution, Midnight Basketball Leagues in Chicago. Sports Channel is proud to bring you the 1994 All-Star Game. Join Tom Dorr, Norm Van Leer, and a host of others for this exciting showcase of local talent live tomorrow afternoon at 4 right here on Sports Channel. Paco Martin takes the ball. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI, infield single. Back in the second, he walked in the fourth. Breaking ball. It's just hard to hang with it.
Real tough if you're right-handed. I can't visualize myself hanging in there on a guy like him. What do you do if you're right-handed? You stand on top of the plate? I couldn't.
Well, I'd have to. You got to take that hook away. And if he gets 3 over, grab some bench.
Yeah.
There was a breaking ball that Jeff Nelson right there upset with himself. Hung it, got away with it because of the bail factor.
Yeah.
Count 1 and 2.
Yeah, he knows that if somebody waiting in the woods for that particular pitch, that is a definite hanger. Paco pulled off of it.
Fastball misses 2 and 2. Breaking ball. Look at this. That's beautiful. Paco, that is just so sweet.
I'd give him the game ball right now.
Second hit given up by Nelson.
He's my player of the game, even though that is a hanger upstairs. Watch Paco right here try and stay closed. His hand stayed back just enough. You see that pitch was above the belt. And pretty much middle of the plate.
Here's Zupsik. He is perfect on the evening. 2 singles and a walk. He also has knocked in a pair. Look at that, right-handed hitters hitting only 167 against Nelson.
Doesn't surprise me one bit.
That's more than I thought.
Yeah. I'd like to see what left-handers are hitting against Randy Johnson.
We'll check it out, Dick Meister.
I don't think it'd be in here.
Well, let's go to Ron Stordo.
Yeah, Ron.
Look, there's a bunt. Nelson up with it. The first base throws it away. Paco Martin now being held at third as that man in right field, Jay Buhner. Boy, he is all over the place tonight. He has got a gun. What a defensive game Buhner has played in right field.
Yeah, Paco's a dead duck if he tries to score on this. Bob Zupsik with a good idea. Actually, if Nelson, big guy, right? I'll tell you, he's got to unravel that 6'8" body. He just throws it away. See how they rule that?
Arrow.
All the way? No hit?
No, not yet. No, straight arrow. That could have gone both ways. Hit and an error.
Yeah. So it's a sacrifice and an error.
So they're going to put Big Frank on. Frank tonight 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly and a rocket single in a left field.
Well, you pretty much have to do this if you're Lou Piniella. There's Kevin King. Set up a possible double play to get out of this inning. Yeah, get this guy out of here.
So that'll load up the bases for Julio Franco. Juice over 2 tonight with a walk. Last time up in the 4th inning off Nelson, almost hit one out of here. Just missed it deep into center field. So the Sox packed with Sox. Martin at third. Zupsik at first. Frank Thomas. Check that. Zupsik at second. Frank Thomas at first. That's good. Fastball right there. Juice just trying to relax a little bit up there. Focus in. Focus in, Julio. Hone in a little bit.
I'd be trying to think of ways to keep my fanny in there.
Good rip right there. Boy, he was right on that heater. Meanwhile, the count 0-2.
Yeah, Julio knows that. Wow. Well, Nelson knows that he's hung some breaking balls this inning. So he's going with the fastball in the first 2 offerings to Julio Franco. He knows that a hanger to Franco could be a gapper.
On the other side of that page, that breaking ball to right-hander is the best pitch he's got.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll see what he goes with right here. If he throws the breaking ball, which he should, go right after Franco, he's got to make sure he gets it down. You just don't see it. Yeah.
Fastball low and away. Well, that's the 2 options right there on 0-2. Four tie, 1 out. There's a breaking ball. There's a base hit. No, just foul. My goodness. Woo, Lordy.
I thought it was too, and I thought it was hit harder than what it actually turned out to be. It was a hanger. Yeah.
Man.
Foul by a foot or so.
Well, I thought that ball was in there easy.
Yeah. Off the bat, it looked like it from our angle up here. Denied. Here's the pitch. He wants it low and away, and look where he gets it. Man, upstairs. It is biting, though. About letter high and away.
So ball, 2 strikes to Franco. 4-10-0 for the Sox. 4-6-1 for Seattle. Pops him up right side. Nobody's going to run on Buhner from that distance.
Nope.
So a big out. And here comes Lou Piniella. Tripp coming out of the dugout.
He lost his hat.
He has made the call to the bullpen, so breaking the action. Jeff Nelson will depart, and we'll be back with the numbers on the new Mariner pitcher right after this.
Kevin King is the new Mariner pitcher. The left-hander is 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA in 14 games. 15 hits allowed in 12 innings. Ooh, 13 walks. Man, that's high. 5 strikeouts. So Kevin King on in relief of Jeff Nelson. Bases are loaded, 2 out. Robin Ventura, the hitter. King, 25-year-old lefty from Atwater, California. 6'4", 200-pounder. Mariners 7th round selection in 1990 June draft. So Robin Ventura with a chance to do some damage right here. Bases are loaded, 2 out. Robin 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Robin flied to left his other 2 times up. So the Sox threatening here in the 6th inning. Finds the outside corner on a breaking ball. Robin 4 for 9 with bases jammed this year with a homer. A salami. The Sox can pick up a game with a victory here tonight over the Mariners. Cleveland losing at Yankee Stadium to Sterling Hitchcock. Wickman, there's a fly to right. Jay Buhner is camped. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Sox threaten here in the 6th inning and come up scoreless. And after 6, we're tied at 4. Alex Fernandez works into the 7th inning. He's given up 4 runs on 6 hits. Alex in July has been great. This year in 5 starts is 4-0 with a 2.25 ERA. And in his career, 10-1 in 19 starts, 3.22. So Alex, who has been almost unbeatable when the weather is 50 degrees and below, pitches very well in the July heat. Fastball strike. Dan Wilson, 2-run single and a fly out to right. Wilson hitting at 225 as he stands in. Alex Rodriguez on deck. There's a shot to right field. That's foul. Here's a reminder that on Saturday, July 30th, Darren Jackson will be signing autographs in the White Sox clubhouse shop at the Oak Brook Mall from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's tomorrow. White Sox tickets and the latest in team merchandise is also available at the clubhouse shop in the Oak Brook Mall. And they got most of Hawkeroos' money there. Strike. He punches him out on a fastball outside corner. Strikeout number 5 for young Alex. Bang, you're dead. Not many guys are going to hit that. So Alex Fernandez now gets to face a younger Alex. Alex Rodriguez. Boy, they tell us that this guy's got unbelievable talents. 19 years old. Tries to bunt this one. And Rodriguez also from Miami. Graduated from Westminster Christian High School in Miami in 1993. First round selection, first player overall in the 93 June draft. Did not play last year. And now he's in the big leagues. Son of a gun. I like it. If you don't have to pay your dues, that's great. You got that kind of talent. It's like he's got a bit of a long swing right now. Off the plate, got his hands in what I don't think is a real good hitting position. He's got it wrapped around his head a bit. Like his head moves considerably as he's off the plate. Heck, he's 19 years old. Good slider, and he got him. Rodriguez goes down. Alex Fernandez gets his 6th strikeout. Rodriguez, big guy too, 6'3", 190 at shortstop. That's large. He's going to get a lot bigger too. Fermina's 0 for 3, a ground out in the 5th inning. Fastball misses down and away. How about Oakland? They're winning again over the Tigers 5-4 at Tiger Stadium. They're going to win that division. There's a shot in the right field by the diving Paco Martin. So Felix Fermin gets on the board. He's 1 for 4. Inside out swing with the hands before the bat, barrel of the bat. Paco will probably tell you he thinks he should have made that play. He got a pretty good angle, just didn't get his glove down. And that'll bring up Edgar Martinez. Edgar 1 for 3 with a double, hitting at .301. Edgar now 31 years old from New York City. Won the batting title. 92. There's the breaking ball, misses. 343 is what he hit. He can hit. And in last year, last game of spring training, playing on some bad artificial surface. I believe it was in Vancouver. Tore a hamstring and really never recovered. Hit .237 last year for the M's. There's a strike on the outside corner, but played only 42 ball games. Alex Fernandez has been great here at Comiskey Park. Look at this. Pitching leaders ERA at home. Pat Henkin pitches well at Skydome, 1.92. Alex second best, 1.99. And David Cohn, well, he's been great everywhere. 2.65 at Kauffman Stadium. And coming into last night's ball game, David had a 2.69 earned run average on the season, leading the league in that category. And you talk about a season of what we think is juiced up baseballs. Balls flying out of the ballparks. David Cohn at 2.69 earned run average is really something. Here's the 1-1 in the dirt. Good stop by Melvin. 2-1 on Edgar. Ken Griffey Jr. Let's see him lead off the 8th inning. Well, you don't want him up there with anybody in base. Edgar, a member of the All-Star team in 1992. The year he won the batting title. There's a quick throw over. Fermin is 2 for 5 in stolen bases on the season. Mariners not a base running team, not a good base stealing team, let's put it that way. 42 stolen bases, 18 caught stealing, so they are not a real aggressive base running team like the two teams we just saw. Cleveland and Kansas City, by far the most aggressive in the American League in that category. You see the last throw, he gets back. Oh, when you've got a base running team, I'll tell you, that double trouble, or even triple trouble. Not a whole lot of guys on this Mariner team can run that good. Griffey has 11 stolen bases. That's just about it. Ball down low. There's a throw down. Fermin is in safely. He gets his 3rd stolen base. Well, he got that great jump right there and pilfers it. Ball was in the dirt, so Melvin had to make a scoop, and as you can see, the throw just a little bit late. Straight leg slide in there by Fermin guarantees his stolen base. That's his 3rd of the year. So the lead runner in scoring position now with 2 down, and Martinez got a good hitter's count with Griffey coming up next. So he's got to get a pitch to handle right here. Breaking ball, misses. Drop down, didn't get it. 3rd walk issued by Alex Fernandez. And this inning started off innocent enough. 2 strikeouts. Wilson and Rodriguez. And a single, stolen base, and a walk. And now you've got to face Ken Griffey Jr. Jr. 0 for 2 with an intentional walk. Alex has gotten in his side. Right in on the fists. On the 2 outs that Jr. has made tonight. See if the Sox go back in there. That's that one vulnerable area right on the inside part, right about belt high, just above the belt. Jr. has a tough time getting to it. And the first pitch tries to hit the outside corner, misses. 1-0. Now Griffey hitting at 326. Coming inside, gets jammed again, sawed off. Bob Melvin towards the Sox dugout and makes it as it goes into the dugout. Fine play by the Sox catcher as Alex Fernandez jams Griffey for the 3rd time tonight. That'll do it. Mariners threaten. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Still tied at 4.
Now you can visit some of America's most memorable sites for an unforgettable price. Just fly Southwest Airlines to Baltimore. Southwest Airlines at Midway Airport.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Kevin King on the mound for the Mariners. Sox trying to get something going. Boy, Darren Jackson has hit the ball hard twice tonight. Well, the play of the game is that one that Buhner made in the 3rd inning. With a couple of guys on, Darren scalded one to the right center field fence, and Buhner caught it, saved a couple of runs for the Mariners, and Sox didn't score that inning. So here's DJ with that .319 batting average. There's a bunt foul, third base side. Lance Johnson to follow, and Bob Melvin against the left-hander Kevin King. Well, he's a slinger. Long arms it.
Now, who does he remind you of?
Right there. What, facially or pitching-wise?
Motion-wise.
Motion-wise. Facially looks like Dave LaPointe. There's a shot in the left field, base hit. So DJ starts it off with a solid single to left on the fastball, and that'll bring up Lance Johnson. Yes. Boy, he's hit it hard 3 times, Darren Jackson, tonight. Yeah, right there, he got the head out. Bang. Very little head movement on Darren Jackson. Boy, he's been a constant. He's been down at around 320 all season long. So here's Lance. Well, they're looking for the bunt. Everybody's short in that infield. And he fakes the bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner. Kruger?
No.
Okay. Lance gave it away. And activity for the Mariners is Crucifer. Rich Gossage in the bullpen. He might come in. The pitch to the next hitter, Melvin. There's a breaking ball, misses. Lou, I think, is just going to go hitter to hitter right now. Sox trying to get on the board after that 4-game snide in Kansas City and a road trip that was just 2-6. Steve Cascia will join us at the end of this half inning. Tell you all about the baseball news on July 29th. Whoa. 1994. Throw over. Darren Jackson gets back easily. And Tino Martinez is going to come over and have a word with Kevin King. Blauer's way in on the grass at third. So Lance certainly would want Martinez. Boy, he left way early and he hits Lance right in the back. Well, that one just got away from him.
Yeah, he certainly was not trying to hit Lance. That's when you just get hit and it hurts and you react. That's all.
Yeah.
Lance knows he wasn't trying to throw at him.
That hurts in the middle of the back. Of course, he's squaring the bunt. Watch it right here. Ah! Oh, that's at rib, too. I thought it was in the back. That got him in the ribs. Was that the side that was hurting? I think it was. I think it is, yeah. So that's what angered Lance. I think of the fact that it was in that side. That right side is where he had that pulled muscle problem last week. It's amazing that he's back in the lineup so quickly. That's about a 2-week injury for most guys. So now the Sox in the driver's seat. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And Bob Melvin, the hitter, he's up there to bunt. Graybeck on deck. And we'll see what play the Mariners try right here. Blowers with that gun at third base. Tino Martinez charging at first. Here they come. That's down low, ball 1. Oh, those two guys are right in on him. I don't know what Blowers is going to do with it if he gets it. There's nobody at third.
Boy, if they're going to take that bunt right out of your hands right there, you got a flip-flop.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, those guys are right. You could shake hands with Bob Melvin. Now they're having a meeting to talk about the next pitch.
And the possibility of a wheel.
Sure looks like the wheel would be in order. If those guys are going to charge like that, they're going to leave that whole infield uncovered. Not a wheel play as he pulls the bat back and he takes ball 2.
And Kevin King right there with Blowers playing back just threw the pitch and stood right on the mound. He got to be busting his fanny over towards the line.
Yeah, because Blowers stayed back that time. 2-0 now. Now the plot really thickens. I think I might let him take a rip at this one. And we'll see that infield way in. He's bunting. And he just takes a jab at it. Foul. That's not a good effort right there.
That right there might cause you to flip-flop it.
Yeah. One of the best bunters are the guys that just kind of hold the bat out there and just kind of bring it back a little bit. Just catch it with the end of the bat. And you get yourself a lot of hits that way, too. Some guys are jabbers, though, and they can't get out of that habit. I know that feeling. There's a bunt out in front of the mound. The throw's going to be to third, and they got him. Not far out enough as Dan Wilson pounces on it, throws out Darren Jackson. There's the whole action in front of you.
12, Frank Graybeck.
I'm sure Bobby Melvin wanted to get it down the third base line, but on the first attempt, not a too good, and that one, like he was just trying to get it in play.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the situation where you got to get it down third. Make the third baseman feel that he's got nothing to do. He can't do anything else but throw to first.
But if he gets it down the third baseline, it's a base hit because King's not going to throw him out where he was standing on the mound.
That's true, the way he was reacting. Graybeck takes a slider strike. So Lou Piniella staying with the lefty against the right-handed hitters, knowing that the Sox would counter with a hot-hitting Ozzie Guillen in this game. So Lou prefers this matchup. King really taking his time now.
Well, for managing against the Sox in this game tonight, Piniella likes the lineup he's managing against as opposed to the alternatives.
Yeah, he would rather see the Sox with a lineup suited matched up against a left-handed pitcher than a right-hander. Sox are very good against left-handed starters, though, 18-11 on the season. Yeah, you got to watch Lance Johnson. Lance, with those 24 stolen bases, easily leads the Sox in that category. him up shallow center field. That's an easy play for Griffey. Puts it away, and there's 2 gone. So King makes a pitch inside on Graybeck. And that'll bring up Paco Martin. Paco's 2 for 3. A couple of singles and an RBI, hitting at 273 now. He's driven in 14 runs. Come on, Paco. Get on the post-game show somewhere. There's a sinking fastball, misses down and away. Tell you one thing, one guy I don't want to see in this ball game is that Bobby Ayala. That closer that Seattle has, and they're ahead. Well, I'll tell you what, that guy can nail it down. He's got good stuff. Ooh, went up for a bad breaking ball. 1-1. A big pitch for King right there. Paco guessing fastball all the way, fastball strike. Swung at a bad breaking ball. There's Bobby Ayala. Came over from the Cincinnati Reds. That Brett Boone, Eric Hansen deal. He and Dan Wilson. There's a shot up the middle base hit. Here comes one dog. Oh, the throw behind. The runner in at second base. Lance Johnson scores, and the Sox lead it 5-4. That away, Paco. He's 3 for 4 in the ball game. Fastball downstairs. He just drops the head of the bat on it, scalds it. Lance going with 2 strikes on contact, 2 outs in contact. And he scores easily from second base. So Melvin in the second. And Bob Zupsik. The Zupper. 2 for 2. You might as well get on a post-game show too. Fastball down. So Martin and Zupsik have been the stars of this ball game for the Sox. I can't believe nobody picked those 2 guys and picked the click tonight. No guts. Both with 2 RBIs. They've driven 4 of the 5 runs. They've got 5 hits between them.
No stop now.
Oh. Have a night. Look at this. That's good. Frank Thomas with the other RBI. Curveball, fouls that one, just nudges it off the end of the bat into the crowd. Eric Anthony with the only homer in this ball game. That came in the 4th inning. Solo shot. Blowers with the sacrifice fly, and Dan Wilson a 2-run single. The RBIs. You look at the White Sox bench, getting excited right there with that clutch hit. Paco Martin, he's done it. He has done nothing but positive things since the Sox recalled him. Fastball misses away, 2-2. I'm sure this will be King's last hitter with Frank Thomas on deck. Sir Gusifer will be in there if Frank hits. And another conference. Seems like there's a lot more meetings in baseball now, don't you think?
Lou, even he thought about it.
Luckily, that dugout's not mic'd. Zupper pops this one up, foul. So Lou looking on here as his team is down by a run. See if Zubcic can add some insurance right here. 2-2 pitch coming up. Fastball fouled off. Melvin getting that lead at second base on contact or on swing. He's got to be off. He got him. Curveball. No, he couldn't hang on. Little juggling act there by Dan Wilson. Zubcic just got a piece of it. And Wilson couldn't find the handle. Watch this. It looked like it hit off his thumb of that catcher's glove first. Two-two. Tries to come in there, and he got a piece of it. Yeah, we got to get some of those hats, Hawk. Well, these Insure One hats, the white ones with the stripes.
Aren't they neat?
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah, there you go. Those are really nice hats. He hits this one deep to left field. Eric Anthony, though, to the warning track, makes the catch, and that'll do it. But the Sox get on the board, and after 7, lead it 5-4.
Steve Cashel back with you. Strange play in the Cubs-Cards game. Jim Bollinger pops up, throws on first and second. They double up Ray Sanchez at first, but Greg Jeffries' throw for the triple play goes past Ozzie Smith. So Steve Buechele will score on the error. Cubs built a 6-1 lead in the 4th. Now on our Sherwin-Williams scoreboard, Cubs lead 8-1 in the 7th. Steve Buechele has also homered. That game has now moved to the 7th inning. Other final in the NL, Atlanta over Philly 5-2. National League, New York over Cleveland 5-2. Albert Bell did it, home run number 34. And Boston over Milwaukee. That's a final 7-2. Mo Vaughn with 2 home runs. Back to Comiskey, Hawk Harrelson, Tom Pachor. See you after the game.
Top of the 8th inning, Sox with 5 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. The Mariners 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Sox have stranded 12 runners already. Ozzie Guillen chatting with hitting coach Walt Riniak. And Alex trying to win a big ball game. 95 pitches in 7 innings. Giving up 7 hits, 4 earned runs. He's punched out 6 while walking 3. So, if Alex can get these guys out, he won't have to face Griffey again. This is a big inning for him. Here's Buhner. Ground ball in the hole, left field. Got a first pitch fastball. And with Robin Ventura guarding the line, right between he and Graybeck. So Kirk McCaskill and Paul Asemacher, double-barreled activity for the Sox in the bullpen. As Alex trying to find a way to get Martinez out here. Tino singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Popped to 3rd. And was thrown out on a great play by Robin his last time up in the 6th inning. Setting up inside, fastball misses upstairs. Cleveland losers today at New York. 5-2. Toronto 4-3 over Baltimore. You may not think that's a big game, but Baltimore, the leading candidate with the Sox for that wild card spot. There's a fastball up high, 2-0. Baltimore at 55 and 44. Trailing the Sox by a few games. In that category, there's a strike on the outside corner. Boy, he just dotted that outside corner right there. So the count 2-1. Sox are deep straight away for Martinez. He's got home run power. He has hit 15, driving in 49 this year. We mentioned he's vulnerable to that inside fastball, but it's tough to get it in there every time. He dangerous out over the plate. Jammed him. Oh, fouls it back. Count even at 2. In the patio area at Comiskey Park, where those fabulous Bertucci boys roam, is available for pregame parties for groups and now for individuals too. For information on the patio area, call the White Sox sales department at 312-924-1000. Get some of that chicken and ribs and burgers, coleslaw, you name it, they've got it. There's a shot up the middle, dropped the head on a slider downstairs, and Martinez gets his second hit. Boy, right through the legs of Alex. Alex Fernandez has been a good fielder all season long. So we'll see what the Mariners want here with Mike Blowers. Jackie Brown has been on the phone. See if they're bunting here with Eric Anthony coming up next. Might be looking for a bunt. I would think that Gene Lamont would go to the bullpen for Asemacher for Anthony. We'll see. Frank Thomas and Robin looking for the bunt at the corners. Flowers bunted. Alex got to play at third. Got him. Good play by Fernandez. I'll tell you, Alex fields his position very well, and he didn't get anxious. That was a bad bunt. As Gene Lamont starts his way out to the mound, squaring. Boy, he took a jab at it. Alex gets to third base. That's his first move, and a nice, easy throw to Ventura. He's got plenty of time. Watch him break to third right there. Knows the bunt situation. Spin. They only do this a couple 100,000 times in spring training. No, Alex leaves after 7 1/3 innings of work. Big hand by the crowd. We'll be back to give you the numbers on Asemacher right after this. Mark Ironhead Brady of Sports Channel has a night off. How about that? And where does he come? To the Sox game that he loves so dearly. Meanwhile, new pitcher for the Sox is Paul Asemacher. Ossie coming on for the 42nd time, 1-2 with a 3.56 earned run average. He has a save in 30 1/3 innings, giving up 25 hits, 12 walks, 26 strikeouts. Ooh. And looking out on the on-deck circle, there's that guy you like, Hawk. Keith Mitchell, who swung the bat so well against the Sox at this Kingdom, is a pinch hitter for Eric Anthony. Anthony had a good night. 2 for 3, a double and a homer, drove in a run, scored 2. As you look at Alex Fernandez, another good effort. Boy, in the first couple of innings, seems like everything that the Mariners hit was finding a hole. Gives up 4 runs, 9 hits. 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. And our next televised game on Sports Channel will be tomorrow at 6. Mariners and Sox continue this 3-game series. And it'll be Sean Bosky, former Philly and former Cub, going against Blackjack McDowell. And Jim Converse working against Wilson Alvarez. Well, he makes a heck of a shoe, doesn't he? So here's a really big shoe. Confrontation right now, big one. Keith Mitchell, and the Mariners have turned that lineup over, which we talked about at the beginning of the inning. That's very crucial when you think about the 9th. Curveball, fish ain't biting. Keith Mitchell hitting .231. He looks better than that. 5 homers, 15 driven in. Has 1 pinch hit in 4 tries and an RBI. Dan Wilson is on deck. Breaking ball, strike. He backdoored him. So the count even at 1. Boston beat Milwaukee at Fenway 7-2. Oakland 6-4 over Detroit. How about those A's? Well, we'll see them next weekend at Oakland. It's one of my favorite places to go now. I love the weather there. Oh, good hook right there. That's what he's got to go with right here. 1-2. Throw your best pitch, Ossie, and that's got to be that downer, yacker, into the right-handed hitter out of the strike zone. See what Mitchell did. 2 for 5 against the Sox. 2 homers. That was in that Kingdom series. Big pitch right here. 1-2. Melvin gives the target. Goes away with the breaking ball, but gets a much better look at that pitch.
He wasn't trying to. He was trying to get it down and in. Just missed out over the plate. Keith Mitchell is dangerous. Just 24 years old. Here's where Bobby was setting up, down and in. Got away with one.
Well, we'll see what he throws right here on 1-2. There it is, downstairs in the dirt. Fish weren't biting that time. Goose Gossage will probably come in to start the bottom of the 8th inning. Frank Thomas, Julio Franco, the first two guys. Oh, when you get as old as Goose, takes you a little longer to get loose. Used to take him about 15 seconds. The goose is loose. Breaking ball. Did not go after it. Boy, he kept his hands back nicely there.
Hassemacher's got to stay right with him.
I agree with you. Watch it right there. You're not going to trick me, he says. Good job of laying off by Keith Mitchell. We'll see what the Mariners do right here. No speed on the bases with Martinez and Blowers. Strike him out, throw him out is a definite possibility. They're not going. He nudges this one foul. Like he wants it inside. That's what the last targets dictated. Fastball hit deep in the gap. Zupsik, yes, he makes a fine running catch to his left and saves a couple of runs. Bob Zupsik got a good jump on that ball. Oh Lordy, he's doing it all tonight.
Well, he missed with a fastball out over the plate, and Keith Mitchell just hammered it. It looked for a second like Zupsik would have no chance to get to it. Meanwhile, he did, and he made a relatively easy play out of it.
I'll tell you what, I thought it was out of the ballpark when he made contact.
I thought it was going to be close. I thought it was for sure off the wall.
Thank you. So the Sox dodge a bullet right here, and Gene Lamont will stay with Hassemacher against Dan Wilson. Wow, I'll tell you what, that Keith Mitchell, I know we've only seen him hit a couple times, but he sure looks good up there.
He's short and quick. Anytime you get somebody that's short and quick, they're dangerous.
Darn right, because you're not, the chances of getting fooled are lessened. Is he the cousin of Kevin Mitchell, is it? Or his nephew?
Cousin, I believe.
Yeah. Listen, I think Keith was in the Brave organization, if I'm not mistaken. So here's Dan Wilson. 1 for 3 tonight, a single and 2 runs batted in. See if Ossie can get this guy big out. Hangs onto that breaking ball a bit too long. 1-0.
Well, Kansas City picked up their 7th in a row as they beat Minnesota 5-3 at Kauffman Stadium.
Whew. Who was the starter in that game? The guy that we didn't see. Jose De Jesus. Breaking ball couldn't get him to go. 2-0 on Wilson. Alex Rodriguez on deck. Ruben Sierra hit his 200th career homer, leading the A's to their 5th straight victory. Sierra, 23 homers on the year. Belcher took the loss. He's now 7-13 for the Tigers. Fastball, yes sir, on the outside corner. Good pitch by Ossie. Dan Wilson from Barrington. Breaking ball hitting the center field. Never fear, one dog is here. Lance Johnson puts it away, and the Sox dodge a couple bullets. The Mariners come up empty. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Sox lead it 5-4. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Sox trying to get some insurance against the Mariners, who have played them tough tonight. 5-12-0 on the Southwest Airlines tail of the tape. Seattle with 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Keith Mitchell stays in the ball game in left field after that Hang Whiffam line drive out. And here's Goose. Rich Gossage now 2 games shy of becoming the 3rd pitcher to appear in 1,000 games.
That's awesome.
Who are the other 2?
Well, what a great performer he has been.
Oh yeah.
He loves to play. He loves to pitch. One time, certainly the most dominating in his time frame.
Yeah.
Reliever in baseball. He could get it up there right at 100 at times. So here we go, bottom of the 8th inning. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the good guys. 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the Mariners. It'll be Thomas, then Franco, then Ventura.
Time for some points.
Time for some insurance on Insurance One Pinstripe Sox Cap Night.
He's like butter.
The big hurt. 1 for 2, sacrifice fly, and an intentional walk. Takes a fastball right there. Outfield playing him the hook slightly there. Slightly spread out. There you see Junior over towards Keith Mitchell. That fastball catches the outside corner very quickly. 0-2. 41,218 in attendance tonight. There you see 1 for 7 against Sir Guccifer. That's just to let Big Frank know he's thinking about him.
I remember being undressed at home plate by Goose.
Check swing foul. He undressed a few.
Yeah. I got a hit off from one time at Comiskey Park. There's Roberto. Actually cleared the bases, you know, and the next time I saw him at Yankee Stadium, he threw me 2 balls out over the plate. I fouled him back, and the next one, oh my goodness, over tea kettle.
2-2.
And then he threw a slider on the block.
Grab some bench.
Take that. Yeah. I said, okay, all right.
Little one hopper, Felix Fermin, and the lead man down. That just exploded. That'll bring up Julio Franco. Juice 0 for 3 tonight. He did walk back into 3rd. Sox have stranded 12 runners. They have certainly had some opportunities to put a whole bunch of tallies on that board. A couple of double plays turned by Seattle. Fastball strike. In case you're looking to the Mariner ninth, it would behoove the Sox to get them 1-2-3, because the schedule hitters are Alex Rodriguez, Felix Fermin, and Edgar Martinez.
Yeah, you don't want Griffey and Buhner up there.
Fouls that slider off and the count 0-2. So he gets on top of Thomas 0-2, top of Franco 0-2.
And if that 8th inning produced anything for Seattle, it turned over that lineup, and it's going to get a chance for Griffey to get a shot if somebody reaches. So you get yourself a chance to win with your best player.
Upstairs. Well, I've seen a lot of scary things in baseball. Certainly one of the most frightening things I have ever seen was when Goose got to Penguin.
Penguin doesn't move too good.
That was frightening.
Yeah.
I was watching that at home, and I'll tell you, I almost had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's inside 2-2 the count. He didn't aim it either.
Gosh, no.
He turned it loose in there.
In a World Series game, what do you think? He's throwing 110?
At least.
Whew. Tell you, Penguin's a tough guy, though. Ronnie Say.
Sidearm fastball misses, full count. So after being on top 0-2, Franco gets back even. I've seen a lot of broken legs, ankles, guys hitting the head, but that one right there was just about as scary as any I've ever seen. Payoff pitch. Ball into left center field. Keith Mitchell, he's there. And that's out number 2. Here's Robin. He's 1 for 4. 3rd inning single. What a great crowd tonight. I mean, from 1st inning on. Robin takes a strike.
They got a real bad wave going on right now, but other than that, they've been super.
Let up pitch, strike 2. So all 3 hitters this evening, this inning, I should say, 0-2. He's been on top. Backdoored him right there. Robin just got out in front. Chopped it foul. Goose and Terry Forster, what 2 great arms coming up in the White Sox organization. Forster had the better arm at that time when they were young. Another chopper foul. Terry Forster, I'm telling you, Wimpy was 2 feet quicker than Goose when they first came up.
That's amazing. And his ball jumped too, didn't it?
Well, Goose at that time was more of a sinker slider type guy. Turned it over a little bit. He was not that flamethrower he developed into later on. Back at that time when he first came up, he was pretty nice to hit at. And all of a sudden he started airing out as he matured and filled out. And forget it.
Yeah.
Honey.
No, he's had a great career. He had Raleigh fingers, and this era, of course, Dennis Eckersley's right at that level too.
That ball hit into center field. Junior. Wrong place. So Goose Gossage comes on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gets the Sox. Thomas, Franco, and Ventura in order. They'll go to the 9th. Sox on top. 5-4. We want to remind you the producer director of White Sox baseball is James A. Angio. And our wonderful graphics coordinator, Ron Stardo. The executive producer is Jonathan Toohey. As we get set to go to the top of the 9th inning, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Sox, 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the Mariners. And a pitching change for the Sox in place of the southpaw Paul Ossenmacher. It'll be Roberto Hernandez. Roberto coming home for his 41st time. 3-4, 5.71 ERA. As here's Reggie Jefferson to hit for Alex Rodriguez. Alex 0 for 3 tonight. Jefferson a switch hitter. 15 pinch hit at bats. He has 6 hits. 1-1 the count. Pitchers of record tonight: Alex Fernandez for the Sox and Kevin King for the Mariners. Fastball, tardy, fouled it back. The 1-2 delivery, hard hit, base hit. Like a splitter. Boy, he just got out in front and ripped it.
Well, let's take a look at it. Yeah.
Splitter.
Down. Well, he just dropped the head and murdered it through that hole. So we'll see what they have Fermin doing right here. He's a good bunter.
Rich Amaral running for Jefferson. Here's Felix Fermin. He's 1 for 4. Takes it a little bit low. Check some scores for you very quickly. Oakland over the Tigers 6-4 in Detroit. Boston beat Milwaukee 7-2 at Fenway. 4-3. Blue Jays leading Baltimore bottom of the 8th at Camden Yards. Kansas City over the Minnesota Twins 5-3. Texas leading California 5-2 top of the 8th at Arlington. There's a good strike. And in the big game, the Yankees beat Cleveland 5-2 at the stadium. Activity down in the Sox pen, double barrel style. Southpaw Dennis Cook and Kirk McCaskill. Outfield spread out. Swung around to the right. There's a lot of room in those gaps as they flip-flop it. Robin now underneath, bobbles it, recovers in time. So Amaral into second. 1 down.
Now you see Robin. I'm sure that he had thoughts about going to second base originally, but no dice right there. So you got a couple of real tough outs right here. Martinez and Ken Griffey Jr.
Martinez 1 for 3, a double and a walk. Come on, Roberto, nail us down for Alex. I'll tell you, Alex, since he's been in the Sox uniform, in my opinion, Jack had a lot of trouble, or bad luck I should say, from the bullpen early on this year, but
yeah.
Alex for the most part in his time in the Sox uniform has had the most bad luck from the bullpen.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Martinez tough out, takes a fastball outside. 5-4, good guys, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Jammed him with a fastball. Souvenir right side. Count evens at 1. Activity down in the Seattle bullpen. There's Bobby Ayala. He can bring it.
Yeah, sit down, Bobby.
They got him in Detroit. Where'd they get him at? A couple times at 97. That was on the jugs, which is a little quicker gun.
Yeah.
But still, that's bringing it.
That's really bringing it.
Broken bat right to Graybeck. Yes. 2 down. But.
All right, now what do you do?
I put him on. I don't care if he's a winning run or not.
Yeah, that's what Gene's going to do. No question about it. They're going to make Jay Buhner be the man.
I'll tell you, that's an axiom in baseball that you're going to see more and more managers just throw away. When you got some guys that can hit like Frank Thomas and Ken Griffey Jr., some of the other studs and young studs in this league, you got to throw that old cardinal rule, so to speak, out the door.
Yeah, not walking the potential winning run.
You got to do it. You got to roll the dice.
Yeah. Although Junior, that's his 16th, tied now with Mo Vaughn in that category, and he's 0 for 3. Alex jammed him.
Oh, Alex just ate him up.
Yeah, he didn't hit a ball out of the infield, but he was due.
But Alex is a 4-pitch pitcher, where Roberto basically to Junior is just going to be a 2-pitch pitcher.
Yeah.
So here's Buhner. He's dangerous. He's swinging the bat well. That ball hit hard. Lance Johnson right there. Yes. Oh, he hit a bullet. Nice going, Gene Lamont. Putting the go-ahead run on at first. Meanwhile, it pays off as the Sox get on the board as they take the first of this 3-game set, 5-4. And let's check out our Budweiser White Sox player of the game. It's the second baseman, Paco Martin, 3 for 4 tonight with 2 RBIs. Our Budweiser White Sox player of the game. Wimpy and I'll be back to wrap it up. Right now, let's go back to our studios and Steve Cashel.
All right, Hawk and Tommy, thanks a lot. So 2 teams bring in 4-game losing skids. Seattle's now got 5 losses in a row. The White Sox move into first place tie in the AL Central with the Cleveland Indians, who lose tonight against the New York Yankees. Good news for the Chicago White Sox tonight in front of a big crowd at Comiskey. Our Dodge drive of the game. Take a look at it on the videotape. Bottom 7, Alberto Martin spanks this one back up the middle. Hey, he was their player of the game. Our Dodge drive of the game. 1 dog scores. Sox would go up. That was the eventual game winner. 5-4. Back with more from Hawk and Tommy at Comiskey right after this. Welcome back to our Ford Dealers post-game show. The White Sox become the 4th team in the majors to win 60 games. They're now 18 over the 500 mark, beating the Seattle Mariners tonight, first of a 3-game set. Back to Comiskey we go. Some final thoughts from Hawk Harrelson, Tom Pachor. Guys?
All right, Cash, thank you. And the totals on the board for the first of this 3-game set and homestand for the good guys. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They stand stranded. 12 runners tonight for Seattle. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. They left 9. Alex Fernandez, a winner, 11-7. Kevin King takes a loss, 0-2, and credit Roberto Hernandez with his 13th save of the year. So before a huge crowd, a great crowd tonight, they were in it from the first pitch right on through the last pitch of the ball game. 41,218, Wimpy. That 4-game losing streak is broken, and just a good effort, especially from the top of the order tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Bob Zupzik and Paco Martin were the hitting stars. They drove in 4 of the 5 runs, and Paco, of course, was our star of the ball game. But Zupzik did a good job, and he made a fine play in the 8th inning to deny the Seattle Mariners. I'll tell you, Alex finally caught a break tonight. They hit some rockets in the last 2 innings, but they were right at people, so that gets the Sox off that 4-game slide.
All right, let's check out the standings in the Central right now. As you see, with that loss to the Yankees, Cleveland just a couple of percentage points ahead, so a virtual tie for first place in the Central. There you see Kansas City. They won their 7th straight tonight. They're just 4.5 games back. Make no mistake about it. This is a 3-horse race. The Royals are for real with that good pitching, that good defense that they have. But the big thing right now, Wimpy, Alex catching the break there, getting some help from the bullpen, picking up his 11th victory. And Alex,
The last 7 weeks, he has really stepped it up.
Yes, he really has. He's won his last 6 decisions right now, and he is really becoming the stopper of a losing streak, if you can call him that. He did that last Sunday in that great effort against the Cleveland Indians, and it's nice to see Roberto Hernandez picking up a save. You know, he struggled in his last game in the first game of that series at Kansas City. Got a little bit lucky on that line shot by Buhner, but every once in a while, you got to catch a break.
All right, a big night, a good night here at Comiskey Park. Sox won at 5-4 right now. Let's go back to our studios with all the news in the world of sports coming away from Steve Cashel.
All right, Hawk and Tommy, thanks a lot. Let's take a look right now at our Sherwin-Williams play of the game. Talk about some nice offense from the Sox. How about some good defense? Top 7, Junior up to bat, fouls it off. Look at Bobby Melvin, the catcher, going into the dugout with our defensive play of the game. Time now for our Ford scoreboards. Number of finals in New York over Cleveland. That's good news. Sox move into a first-place tie with the Tribe in the AL Central. KC wins, though. They get it down to 4.5 in the Central. Boston a win over Milwaukee. Oakland also a winner tonight over Detroit. Nationally, Cubs with a big 5-run first as they bat around. They're leading at St. Louis right now, 8-3 in the 9th. Montreal a winner. Houston leading LA. San Francisco leads Colorado. Atlanta wins tonight over Philly. New York Mets a winner over Pittsburgh. And Cincy leading San Diego 2-0 there in the 4th inning. Coming up next, the Sports Channel report. I'll move over to Studio B, have all the news of the day, especially what happened with Horace Grant, who was in Orlando tonight. Also hear from Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause, the Bulls situation. The Bulls talking about what happened with Horace Grant. Also the latest on O.J. Simpson, baseball highlights, some news for the Chicago Bears. Stay with us. Sports Channel report is next. Our next White Sox game here on Sports Channel tomorrow night. Sox and M's, game 2 of that 3-game series will come your way at 6 o'clock. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next for the Sports Channel report.